So President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to meet with disaster officials at the site of the devastating building collapse in George. It's now been 9 days since that structure caved in. 33 people have been certified dead, with 19 workers still unaccounted for. The deceased include nationals from here in South Africa, from Zimbabwe, Malawi, Mozambique, and one person from Lesotho. A well-known South African undertaker has now come on board to pay for burials taking place locally. Our reporter, Lerato Fekisi, is in George.
Broadcasting live from George, where a huge focus this morning is going to be on the presidential visit to George to come and get an oversight of the area where the building collapsed. Is going to walk around with various officials, from head of disaster to the rescue personnel, and then also pay a visit to the families that have been affected. Earlier on, we spoke to Colin Diner, the head of disaster management, this speaking about the work that they're currently doing here, saying that as of tomorrow they should hand over the SAPS, who will now work with the Department of Labour to come into investigation on the site. But this morning I'm joined by Anton Bredell, who is the head of the MEC of local government here in the Western Cape. Good morning, sir. Just want to find out from you, in terms of the work that's been done there, we are now on day 9. Can you just give us a recap that we're still on 33 deceased, and also confirm the numbers of unaccounted? Is still 19 according to you?
Yeah, unfortunately 33 people deceased, and our thoughts and prayers are with the people and the families. We're still looking for 19. That's if the original figure of 81 is correct. Remember, we struggle with the documentation from the contractor and the subcontractors. So if that figure is wrong, that will be good news if it's less people. But today we stand at day 9. As you mentioned, we've managed to clear 85% of the site. They're into the last 15%. Hopefully we will be in a position to hand the site back to SAPS by Friday. So there's a team now talking to SAPS on the hand back, and they will then hand the site over to Labour, who will do their investigations. But what is of utmost concern is the safety on the site. So we're busy, and we've got permission to backfill the wall on the left-hand side of the site to protect the integrity of the building standing at that side. And that's what will happen today.
Just in terms of what's been done, we spoke earlier on to Colin Dine, and he was saying you're now at the basement level. Is there any hope that there may still be people trapped underground there?
Yeah, there's a possibility. Remember the original figure, and 19 people we're looking for 19 people. So although they work as quick as possible, also with the necessary caution, it's big machines, therefore there's still a lot of people there, but we need also to see to their safety. So it is a long process, and especially if they found a body. We treat the bodies with dignity, so it's a very slow process to remove the bodies.
We spoke to Colin Daniel, saying that what's been of assistance now has been the sniffer dogs, who at times are pointed to where possible bodies have been. The joint effort by the rescue personnel, the sniffer dogs and the police has really been commended as a success of this management. How important has it been to have the dogs also come on board to assist in identifying where possible bodies can still be?
Yeah, no, listen, everybody working together. This is a world-class operation. I know a lot of these people like the SAPS get a lot of critique. I can only comment on what I've seen here, and this was a brilliant operation. It's a world-class operation, and we will tell the president that. There were 3 dog units. Now remember, a lot of people also offer help. We haven't even pulled in all our resources because you can only work with so many people. It's actually a small site. It's a 1,220 square meter site. So from Monday, the beginning, we had 130 to 200 people on the site. Now, to keep them all safe in a very dangerous environment was quite a job. The dogs has done whatever we hoped they would have done. They've done a brilliant job. Over the last week, they had their handlers who looked after them, to rest them, to bring them back. They helped us to get out a lot of people.
Colin also said that he's done a lot of disasters in the country, but this was by far the most devastating, also not the hardest, but the most challenging as well. Would you agree that it had its highlights, it had its really top parts, but also challenging as well in terms of the magnitude of the work that has been done?
Yeah, we in the province, we're a water and fire-prone province, so that obviously is the 2 main disasters, but we've got a risk profile, and actually since 2012, Colin had this discussion with me that, listen, we must train our people for building collapse. We've got a whole risk register, and building collapse with the construction sites all over is a possibility. So we've got 130 highly trained search and rescue people, and that investment was a good investment, and it plays off in front of our eyes to see the professionalism, the tools that they need to rescue people, etc. And through that we managed to rescue 34 people. Yes, 5 of them died in the hospital, but we've rescued them. So we're very grateful, and we will keep on investing in these units.
Lerato Bredell, I know that the investigation is at a very primary level right now, and like the contractor says, it's going to take weeks or months to get to the bottom of this. But there is obviously a commitment that the investigation has started. They have been willing to come forward, and also just on your side, it's a commitment to say there will be continuous investigation until there is a proper accountability to what has happened here.
Yes, definitely, and I really hope one thing that I would love to see from this day is that the President commit that he will give instruction to fast track this investigation. We need to get to the bottom of this on behalf of the families, on behalf of what has happened here, on behalf of the industry. The construction industry creates a lot of jobs, etc. There's enough. My opinion is that we've got enough legislation in place if you stay within the rules. So what has happened here we need to understand, and the monitoring of sites in the future, obviously this will change that. So for me it is crucial that we get to the bottom as quickly as possible.
Well, that was Mr. Bredell, who is the MEC for local government here in the Western Cape, just saying lastly that he really hopes that the President is going to put forward a request that the fast tracking of the investigation takes place, because like he said, construction in the George plays a huge part in terms of employment, and what's important now is that as they hand over the site, perhaps tomorrow at SAPS, that the investigation takes place, and takes place very quickly as well, for the sake of the victims and those who have lost their loved ones here. For now, let's go back to the studio.